Hello everyone. Good morning and welcome to my YouTube channel Speak Like Pro. Listen carefully. This story isn't just about tomorrow, it's about today. Because most of us are not really living in the present. We are living inside our future fears. We worry about money, about career, about love, about failure, as if thinking too much can somehow change what's going to happen. But it never does. And this is the story of a man who learned that lesson the hard way. In a small town lived a boy named Rehan, 22 years old, a dreamer, a thinker, and a worrier. From morning to night, his mind was full of one question: what will happen in my future? He worried about his job, his family's expectations, his friends' success, his own worth. Every time he looked around, someone was doing better than him. One friend got a government job, another went abroad, another started a business, and Rehan, still confused, still waiting for life to start. His mother would often say, "Beta, you're young, stop worrying so much." But he couldn't, because somewhere deep inside, he believed worrying means he cares. He thought if he planned enough, if he feared enough, he would be safe. But life doesn't work that way. One night, Rehan couldn't sleep. His heart was racing. His thoughts were loud. He walked out of his house and sat alone under the sky. The stars were silent. The wind was calm. But his mind was a storm. He whispered to himself, "What if I fail? What if I never become successful? What if my future is empty?" Just then, an old man from the neighborhood walked by. He saw Rehan sitting alone and said softly, "Why so worried, my son?" Rehan smiled weakly. "Uncle, I don't know what will happen in my life." The old man sat beside him quietly. For a few minutes, neither of them spoke. Then he said softly, "Do you see these stars?" Rehan nodded. "They don't rush. They don't fight to shine. They simply do what they're made to do, glow in their time." Rehan didn't understand. The man continued, "Your future is like a seed. If you keep digging it every day to check whether it's growing, it will die. But if you water it with patience, it will bloom." Those words touched something inside Rehan. The next morning, Rehan decided to change, slowly. He stopped checking his phone every 5 minutes to compare his life with others. He started doing small things: reading, walking, helping his parents, learning skills online. Nothing big, but peaceful. Days passed. Weeks turned into months. Rehan still didn't have everything figured out. But something was different. He was calmer. One day, his friend came to meet him and said, "Rehan, aren't you worried about your future anymore?" Rehan smiled gently. "I'm not sure about my future, but I'm sure about myself now." But peace never comes without a test. One afternoon, his father fell sick. The family's savings were almost gone. And once again, that old fear came back. What will happen now? Rehan couldn't sleep again. He looked at his father's weak face and felt helpless. He wanted to cry, but he remembered the old man's words. "Your future is a seed. Don't dig it. Water it." So he decided to act instead of worry. He started working part-time, tutoring kids, selling small products online. It wasn't easy, but every night when he sat beside his father, he whispered, "I don't know what tomorrow brings, but I'll do my best today." And slowly, things began to change.
After a few months, his father recovered.
Rehan's small online work started growing. People liked his honesty, his energy, his story. He didn't plan for it. It just happened, naturally. One day, while walking in the market, he saw that same old man again. Rehan ran to him and said, "Uncle, you were right. The seed, it grew." The old man smiled and said, "I told you, my son, when you stop worrying about your future starts worrying about you." They both laughed, and that day Rehan truly understood life doesn't happen in fear, it happens in faith. Now years later, Rehan has become a motivational speaker. He talks to students and young people who live with anxiety, who fear they'll never make it. And he always says one thing: don't waste today by worrying about tomorrow, because when you reach tomorrow, you'll realize today was all you ever had. Sometimes life feels stuck. You don't know where you're going. You feel like everyone is ahead of you. You look at your friends, your cousins, your classmates and think, "I'm late." But remember this, you're not late. You're just on your time zone. The world doesn't run on one clock. Everyone's journey is written differently. A tree that grows fast may fall fast, but a tree that grows slowly, its roots are stronger. So if life feels slow, don't panic. Maybe your roots are growing deep. Worrying about the future doesn't protect you, it only steals your peace today. And peace is the real success. Close your eyes right now. Think about it. How many days have you truly lived without fear of tomorrow? Maybe very few. But what if you start today? What if you decide, "I'll give my best today and let tomorrow take care of itself"? That's where happiness begins. Rehan's story teaches us something simple. You don't have to know what your future holds. You just have to know who holds your future. And if you believe, if you do your best, if you stay patient, if you trust the process, everything will happen when it's meant to. So my friend, stop overthinking. Stop comparing. Stop worrying. The future is not waiting for your fear. It's waiting for your action. Do what you can today. Love the people around you. Learn something new. Be kind to yourself. And before sleeping each night, say to yourself, "I did what I could. That's enough." Because the truth is, you can't control the future, but you can control how you live now. And now is all that truly exists. Maybe your dreams are big. Maybe you're afraid they won't come true. But remember, dreams don't need fear. They need faith. So live today fully. Work silently. Trust deeply. And smile, because everything will make sense one day. Thank you for listening. This was Speak Like Pro. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe and share it with someone who worries too much about the future. Because maybe this message is what they needed to hear today. And as always, stay calm, stay kind, and remember, the future takes care of those who live fully in the present.